What's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eyebrow back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 1. We're going to talk about the opening, the 3-minute video that's been going around AMC, if it was leaked or not. Doesn't matter. We watched it. We're breaking it down. Plus, other information about Episode 801. So obviously, spoiler warning. If you don't want to know this information, stop watching now. Spoiler warning, as this is highly likely to occur in Episode 801 of The Walking Dead. So here we go, guys. So the 3-minute opening starts with Rick. It's a close-up of Rick, just like Greg Nicotero said. For some reason, there's a rainbow kind of prism light shining on his face a little bit. Then we go to the cane. The cane's representing the new beginning, Old Man Rick. We know that it's going to be at the end of all that war. Then we see flowers. Is it a callback to when Rick was in the hospital? No, he's not in a coma. The coma theory is gone. Rick is not in a coma by any means, but it looks to be the bedside flowers that are there. We don't see this shot, but I'm assuming that's the same flowers that we had a close-up of, so it's by Rick's bed. Then we see a watch, which I assume is Rick's wristwatch. It says 8:20, 8:21. Not sure if it's 8:04. Not sure what to make of it just yet, but then we have another close-up of Rick, probably by the field, ready to give his big speech to everyone, along with Ezekiel and Maggie. Then it goes to Hilltop, where you see Rick looking at the graves of Abraham and Glenn, very sad. So you see some kind of time jumps, small little jumps around a little bit, could be days apart from each other. Hilltop is building stuff for the attack on the sanctuary. Rick is there, most likely. Aaron is there. Father Gabriel, they're working together. You see the blacksmiths putting the iron together, building something, whether it's weapons or manufacturing some of the armor for the cars on the attack. Aaron, Eric, Father Gabriel, they're putting the sheets of metal that they probably made there or found or something to put on the cars, where we see here in the trailer. So we did a little mix of the trailer, the 3-minute clip, and other stuff together in this video, obviously. Enid, Maggie, a bunch of Hilltop people are working all together to put the armor on the cars, because that's going to be used on the attack at the sanctuary. They really emphasize Eric a lot here, which to me doesn't bode well for the character, for him to make it out of this season. They love to do that in the Walking Dead series, so we'll just have to see. Then we see Dwight, and an arrow comes flying in with a note at the end of it. The word is that it's Daryl and Dwight communicating with arrows and notes on there. This looks to be in the trailer where Dwight finds the note and says tomorrow. So the fight is on for tomorrow, so Dwight can prepare and be ready to help Rick and Daryl take down the Saviors. So Dwight's going to be useful in this attack, I would assume, going in for this series as well. Then we see Tara, and I have to say, how old is that Twizzler? It's got to be stale, right? But Carol and Tara are looking on for the walkers to be coming towards them. Then it cuts to Rick, where he's giving his speech, well, part of his speech, to the troops, to the kingdom, to the Hilltop, to the Alexandrians, to fight together to take on the Saviors. We see Tobin and Daniel and Eduardo and Francine and Budge. The big thing I see also is the bus. And the bus will be used for transportation on the attack of the Saviors. If you know the comics, it's a very, very big scene in that as well. You see Eric again. I'm telling you, it's not boding well for Eric and Aaron and the rest of the troops. Then it cuts back to Carol and Tara looking on. This is where I believe they're on the top of the highway, like in the trailer. They're ducked down at the side of the pillar on the sidewall of the highway, just like this. So I would assume this is the scene before that. And there's a flower on chalk next to Carol in the trailer as well. Back to Eric, and he's ready. He's like, yeah, man, I'm going to take on these Saviors. He's probably going to make it out of this episode, but probably not, episode 2 or 3. I like to see the shot here. This isn't in the sneak peek by any means, but you can see all the cars with the armor on it, just like that, behind Aaron and Eric. And the leaked 3-minute footage or opening, whatever you want to call it, is over in the middle, kind of Rick talking, and then it ends. Michonne and Carl stay back. They do not go to the fight at the sanctuary. Michonne just looks very sad in this picture. She's probably recovering from the fight. In the sneak peek we talked about in the other video, you see Tara, Morgan, Carol, and Daryl, and they blow up some cars and do some things, and I believe they take out some Saviors and also get some walkers. I don't know if they're designing the walkers to come towards them, or what it is or set it up, but they definitely have a plan to take out some saviors. We have a nice little moment between Carol and Daryl, and we need more of that, and hopefully we get that in season 8. I really like the relationship between the two characters and where they've come from and where they've been, and just going forward, we need, that just is always a good thing. Hopefully one saves the other or whatever in the war, so we'll see how it goes down. But Carol and Daryl have a nice moment. Here's a good shot of the walkers coming towards them after the explosion, the motorcycle, the cars I believe belong to the saviors, and it's gonna be cool, man. Episode 801 looks awesome. Father G, we got some parts with Father Gabriel. We'll see if he gets captured or not. I mean, he's there to do a part in the plan. Negan definitely gets into a room with Father Gabriel is what the word is. I thought it would be in the RV, but the RV is rigged to explode, and they're not in that. They're in the sanctuary. Father Gabriel helps Gregory escape, and Gregory leaves Father Gabriel, so I would assume Father Gabriel is stuck at the sanctuary with Negan and the Saviors. Carl doesn't attack the sanctuary, but he does have a part in episode 801. A lot of callbacks to the first episode of the series. The word is that Carl meets a new character, possibly Sadiq. It's looking like to be Sadiq from the comics. The man begs Carl for help. Rick comes to kind of the rescue, you can say, but either way, the man runs off, and Carl is mad that Rick scared the man away, but Rick wants to not help the man, and there's the picture of Sadiq. We're going with Sadiq. I'm guessing it's the man Sadiq from the comic. Carl wants to help the man. He goes back out later to help Sadiq, and we'll see how that goes down, but I would assume it's kind of a shot like this. Carl brings, I think, food and water to help the man, and he meets him in the woods, which we saw in another sneak peek a while ago. So I believe Carl wants to help the man, and Rick's busy at the sanctuary, so Carl goes back out to help the man. Michonne stays back at Alexandria. She stays back with Rosita, so I'd assume they're together for the future episode, not this episode. They don't go out in episode 1, as we saw in the trailer, which is probably down the road in a couple episodes of season 8, but not in episode 1. Daryl looks to be on the motorcycle a lot of the time in episode 8, so he's flying around on his motorcycle, directing the walkers around with explosions and things that were set up to explode to bring the walkers to the sanctuary. So Daryl's back on his bike, bringing the walkers to the sanctuary. There's a time-lapse, time jump that is supposed to have old man Rick with an older Judith. Judith's supposed to be around 9-10 years old. Not in this picture, I would assume, because Rick doesn't have the old man white beard like we saw in the trailer. So I'm not sure if we get to see old man Rick like this towards the end of the episode or not, but I'm excited to find out, guys. So that's the latest information we have for episode 801. I can't wait for the episode. How about you? If you can, hit that subscribe button, tell your friends, tell your family to help us achieve our goal of 100,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome, and enjoy the episode, guys.